Oh, really? Assuming this is your first camp play. That's very appropriate.
Where's Cal? Right downstairs.
Here, master. What cheer? Good. Speak to the mariners. Fall to the yally, or we run ourselves aground. But stir, but stir. High, my hearts!
Cheerily, cheerily, my hearts. Yeah, yeah! Taking the topsail.
Send to the master's whistle.
Low to the burst siren! Good bosun, have care. Where's the master? Play the men.
I pray now, keep below.
Where's the master?
Do you not hear him? You mar our labor. You do assist the storm.
Nay, good. Be patient.
When the sea is, hence, what cares these roars for the name of a king? To cabin, silence, trouble us not.
Good. Yet remember whom thou hast aboard.
None that I love more than myself. You are a cancer. If you could command these elements to silence and work the peace of the presence, we will not hand a rope more. If you cannot, use your authority. If you cannot, give thanks you have lived so long and make yourself ready in your cabin for the mischance of the air, if so hap. Cheerily, good hearts! Out of my way, I say!
Down with the topmast! Yeah! Lower!
Yet again, what do you here? Have you mind to try? Shall we give o'er and sink?
A pox on your throat, you falling, blasphemous and charitable dog!
Work you then!
Hang cur, hang you horse and insolent noisemaker! We are less afraid to be drowned than thou art.
Let her a hold! A hold! Set him in courses! Off to sea again! Let her off!
Alas! To prayer! Mercy on us, we split! Let's all sink with thy king! Let's take leave of him! Now would I give 1,000 furlongs sea for an acre of barren ground, long heath, brown anything! The will's above be done, but I would fain die a dry death.
If by your art, my dearest father, you've put these wild waters into this roar, allay them. The sky, it seems, should pour out stinking pitch, but that the sea, mounting to the Wogan's cheek, dashes the fire out. Oh, I have suffered with those that I saw suffer. A brave vessel which held no doubt some noble creature, dashed all to pieces. Oh, the cry did knock against my very heart. Poor souls, they perish.
Be collected. No more amazement. Tell your piteous heart there's no harm done.
Oh, woe the day.
No harm. I have done nothing but in care of thee. Of thee, my dear one. Thee, my daughter, who art ignorant of what thou art, not knowing of whence I am, nor that I am more better than Prospero, Master Full Porcel, and thy no greater father.
More to know. To never meddle with my thoughts.
'Tis time I should inform thee farther. Lend thy hand and pluck my magic garment from me. So lie there, my art. Wipe thou thine eyes. Have comfort. The direful spectacle of the rack which touched the very virtue of compassion in thee. I have with such provision in mine art, so safely ordered that there is no soul, no, not so much perdition as an hair, be tied to any creature in the vessel which thou heardest cry, which thou sawest sink. Sit down, for thou must now no farther.
You have often begun to tell me, but stopped and left me to a bootless inquisition, concluding, stay. Not yet.
The hour's now come. Obey and be attentive. Canst thou remember a time before we came into this cell? I do not think thou canst, for then thou wast not out 3 years old.
Certainly, sir. I can. 'Tis far off and rather like a dream. Had I not 4 or 5 women once that tended me?
Thou hadst, and more, Miranda. 12 years since. 12 years since, thy father was the Duke of Milan and Prince of Power.
Oh, the heavens! What foul play had we that we came from thence? Or blessed was we did?
Both. Both, my girl. By foul play as thou sayest. We were heaved thence, but blessedly hold hither.
Please you farther.
My brother and thy uncle called Antonio. I pray thee mark me that a brother should be so perfidious. He who next thyself of all the world I loved, and to put the manage of my state, for the liberal arts being all my study. The government I cast upon my brother, and to my state grew stranger, being transported and wrapped in secret studies. Thy false uncle, dost thou attend me?
Sir, most heedfully.
Being once perfected how to grant suits, how to deny them, who to advance, and who to trash for overtopping, he knew created the creatures that were mine, and having both the key of officer and office, set all the hearts into the state, to what tune pleased his ear. Thou attendest not?
Oh, good sir, I do.
I pray thee mark me, I thus neglected worldly ends, all dedicated to closeness and the bettering of my mind. In thy false uncle awakened an evil nature. He did believe he was indeed the Duke, hence his ambition growing. Dost thou hear?
Your tale, sir, could cure deafness.
To have no screen between this part he played and him he played it for, he needs will be absolute Milan. Me, poor man, my library was dukedom large enough. This king of Naples, being an enemy to me inveterate, hearkens my brother's suit. And one night, in the dead of darkness, fated to the purpose, that Antonio opened the gates of Milan, and hurried thence, me and thy crying self.
Wherefore did they not that hour destroy us?
Dear they durst not, so dear the love my people bore me, nor set a mark so bloody on this business. They hurried us aboard a bark, prepared a rotten carcass of a butt, bore us some leagues to sea. The rotten carcass of a butt had no sail, tackle, nor mast. Their very rats instinctively have quit it.
Alack, what trouble was I then to you?
Oh, a cherubin thou wast, that did preserve me.
How came we ashore?
By providence divine, some food we had that a noble Neapolitan Gonzalo did give us, with rich garments, linens, stuffs, and necessaries which have steeded much. So out of his gentleness, knowing I loved books, furnished me with volumes from my library which I prize far above my dukedom.
Would I but ever see that man?
Sit still and hear the last of our sea sorrow. Here we arrived, me, being thy schoolmaster, have made thee more profit than other princess can, having more time for vainer hours, and tutors not so careful.
Heavens thank you for it. But pray, sir, for still 'tis beating in my mind, your reason for raising the sea storm?
Here sees more questions. Thou art inclined to sleep.
I am ready now. Approach my Ariel, come.
All hail, great master. Great sir, hail. I've come to
To swim. To dive into the fire. Ride upon the curled clouds.
To thy strong bidding, task Ariel and all his quality.
Hast thou spirit performed to point the tempest that I bade thee?
Article. I boarded the king's ship. Now on the feet. Now in the waist, the deck. In every cabin. I flamed amazement. Sometime I'll divide. And burn in many places.
My brave spirit, who was so firm, so constant that this coil would not infect his reason.
Not a soul but felt the fever of the mad and played some tricks of desperation. All but mariners plunged into the foamy brine and quit the vessel. Then all afire with me, the king's son Ferdinand, with hair up staring, then more like reeds and hair, was the first man that leapt, cried, "Hell is empty!" And all the devils are here.
Why, that's my spirit. But was not this nigh shore?
Close by, my master.
But are they, Ariel, safe?
Not a hair pierced, on their sustaining garments not a blemish, but fresher than before. And as thou badst me in troops, I have dispersed them about the isle. The king's son have I landed by himself, whom I left cooling of the arid sighs. In an odd angle of the isle, and sitting, his arms in this sad knot.
Of the king's ship, the mariners say how thou hast disposed in all the rest of the fleet.
Safely in the harbor is the king's ship, in the deep nook where thou once calledst me up at midnight to fetch dew from the still decks for moose. There she's hid.
Mariners, all under hatches stowed, to who the charm joined to their suffered labor, I have left asleep, and for the rest of the fleet I have dispersed.
Thy charge is exactly performed. But there's more work. What is the time of the day?
Past the mid-season.
At least 2 glasses. The time twixt 6 and now must by us both be spent most preciously.
Is there more toil, since thou dost give me pains? Let me remember